All right, welcome everybody. So nice to have you here. We are back with yet another Moon Colony live stream, joined by our very special guest, Tofusenshi. Welcome.
Hi.
So fantastic to have you here. Yeah. How's it going today?
It's going great. It's been a great day, and I've been excited for this stream. So, getting ready to draw.
Awesome. And what exactly will we be drawing today?
Today, we're going to do some orcs because I've been working only on commissions, and that has
Hmm.
been keeping me from my true passion, and that's drawing orcs. So, I think it's time to get back into it.
Heck yeah. Yeah. Let's take it away. Feel free to show us if you have any references. Like what kind of studies will be
Hmm.
happening at this moment with our orcs.
So I've just downloaded a bunch of references for like regular people, and I'm gonna
Hmm.
use the same angle and just recreate them into like an orc guy because right now they look pretty human, right?
Yeah. Way too human.
I'm already I've already practiced one outside of a stream, so done like a quick sketch. So we're gonna do something similar, and then maybe even color it and then like do some shading and stuff.
Awesome. Yeah, what do you tend to keep in mind when you're kind of like stylizing the features of anatomy from like human to orc?
Good question. So they normally have a very like large bottom part of the face, right? And then like a different nose. So
Hmm.
there's a different types of orcs that you can draw. I feel like the ones that we usually see is just basically if you've taken that reference and then you added little tasks, but you're not really
Hmm.
changing the entire anatomy. You're just
Yeah.
like it's a human character with like slight tusks, right? So
Hmm.
what we want to do is we want to like move the bottom jaw like a little bit forward, make it
Hmm.
protrude so
Really.
the tusk can like stick out.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's really interesting. There's so many kind of orc designs out there, ranging from like the Lord of the Rings, you got like the whole like kind of like malformed abomination from like the kind of more standard like
Ooh.
Warcraft orcs, which are I think a nice balance of like they're a bit monstrous, but they're also kind of
They look so stupid though. Like I'm not sure if you play World of Warcraft.
I
I had
do.
an orc, right? And then you look at her and her face is like it just it doesn't feel like there's any thoughts behind that
Hmm.
face. I don't know why, but I had that feeling. Whereas trolls, on the other hand, I felt like
Hmm.
they had more of that vibe.
Yes, I'm a big troll supporter. Zandalari for life. Um,
Ooh, I love Sandalaris.
all right, let's see who we got in the chat. We have Eladar, welcome. Elvira, Yossi Falk. Welcome, welcome, folks. Yeah, we're gonna be just getting started. Feel free to, yeah, take us away.
Me?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. Ooh.
Yeah. So, how long have you been playing Warcraft for?
Oh, I kind of stopped I think 2 years ago,
Oh,
but I've
really?
been playing for a while. So I
Hmm.
only started in Shadowlands, so it hasn't actually.
Oh, interesting.
I'm not an OG OG. I'm
Hmm.
a baby, and then we made a guild, and then we started raiding, and it was a lot of fun. And yeah, kind of. I think that's where my original characters started. Um, happening because I made an orc and I'm like, I want to draw this, right? But I want
Hmm.
to make her cooler because again,
Yeah.
in the game, like there is no thoughts behind that face, so I wanted to make her a bit more cool. So that's where that idea for the original character
Hmm.
started.
That's neat. Yeah, I started
Uh,
playing, I think, back in like
mhm.
Mists of Pandaria. So I'm a panda baby.
Okay.
Um, and yeah, I had a
Ooh.
similar thing of like seeing the in-game models versus like the amazing art for like Hearthstone or like all these like cool, fan
Yes.
arts. It's like the discrepancy of personality and quality there is there's a big gulf. Uh,
Oh,
so
for sure.
yeah, it is really cool. Like
But
no.
that's why like a lot of people like to commission the characters, right? Because when they see them in the
Mm,
game, they don't really have an expression or like an emotion. But
yeah.
when you get to see them on the artwork, you kind of give them a soul.
Hmm. When did you start doing commissions?
All right, so before I started playing World of Warcraft,
Okay.
so I had one of my viewers, and he was really into World of Warcraft. He's like, "Can you draw my Draenei?" And I'm like, "What's a
Hmm.
Draenei?" And then I've drawn his, and I posted it on Reddit, and it turned out that people really liked it. So then I had so many WoW commissions. I think I
Yeah.
had a month where I was doing like 8 different characters
Yeah.
because people just like the art. And the more I posted it, the more commissions for the characters I got.
Yeah, it's so interesting. Like, I think the best marketing, if you are trying to get, commissions as a freelancer, is just like to post art. Like, don't even say I'm open
Hmm.
for commissions. Like, literally just
Yeah.
post examples of like your paintings, and people will flock towards you if they're really good.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Or if they just like they can imagine their character in that style, like they'll
Mm,
go for it.
definitely. So we've already got, we're about like a couple minutes in. We've got some good kind of construction lines already. Got. I noticed you draw the ears first. That's interesting.
I don't just feel like it just to position the face, but I
Mm,
don't think it has a specific, be like a secret
hmm.
trick
Yeah,
on how to get it right.
like the Asaro head, but for orcs.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Gotta draw the ears first.
That's good for like direction. And they kind of have like those almost like elven ears, but they're a little more stubby. Um,
Yeah.
I will say my favorite Warcraft species to draw definitely is trolls, just because like the features are so
Mm.
exaggerated, like pointy, and I think you
Yeah,
can
like
get
the nose.
yeah, but like they're like I don't know, it's so interesting. It's almost like because I know trolls were the progenitors of elves, so it kind of makes me think of like how
Hmm.
wolves became like pugs and like little dogs that
Uh-huh.
can't breathe properly. I don't know why. I always think of that. So
That's fair. Yeah, it's a really cool race.
yeah. So what kind of drew you to orcs as like your favorite race to draw?
Honestly, so it was a commission at
Hmm.
first, to be fair. And like that started before I started playing World of Warcraft, but
Mm-hmm.
I had this commission for a book and they wanted me to draw orcs and I'm
Mm.
like, what's that? Like what am I supposed to draw? Like I'm supposed to draw some weird men with tusks. And then I had to do around I think around 10. I
Oh
know there
wow.
was one woman and then like a bunch of male characters and I was like, hey, this is kind of cool. I like it. And in that time, because I used to draw them on a stream, then people kind of started to joke around, like, hey, Tofu, you're the orc artist. And
Hmm.
then I just kind of went with it.
Yeah. When I was playing Warcraft quite actively, I became the de facto troll artist for like an entire guild of only troll players, and it
Oh.
was like a roleplay guild. So, so they
Ooh.
all had like their own backstories, and they'd be telling me about them, and it was so fun. And trolls are great, especially because they only have like three fingers in each hand, so you don't have to.
Oh, yeah. But on the feet as well. Like, I had
Yeah,
to draw that once, and it was so weird. It was kind of like
on the back
I was
toe.
trying to make it look
Yeah.
good, but it still looked weird.
Yeah, like little thumb feet. It's kind of it's kind of
Hmm.
strange.
Have you ever gotten paid in-game money to draw someone's character though?
Maybe. I don't know if I'm allowed
Maybe.
to say, but maybe. Hey,
Oh.
listen. You're playing Warcraft. You're short on gold. You're like, I want to buy this cool mount. Hey, 100,000 gold's 100,000 gold. What can you do?
It is. I if hypothetically I've
Yeah.
done that, I made 500K.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a million. You never know.
Whoa. Okay, nobody wanted to pay that much, but it was just a sketch, so that's
Yeah.
fair.
You got to find the high rollers, the people playing the auction house.
Mm. Oh, I should have. Yeah.
So you've got some great forms already, kind of like the eyebrows, the eyes, the nose, the mouth. You know, I can tell you're
Thanks.
you're very experienced at drawing orcs. As a
But I haven't been able to do that. I've been working on just commissions lately,
Hmm.
and can you imagine there's no orcs in the commissions? Like,
What?
people don't want that.
Impossible.
I know.
What are like the most
Very
popular
impossible.
kind of like characters you draw?
Pretty ladies.
Hmm. Makes sense. Yeah. Blood elves. Yeah.
Yeah. mm, it's not that much World of Warcraft right now. Like I've
Hmm.
been working on a lot of different book projects.
Oh,
So
that's
there's
cool.
different characters and they're fun. But there has been one orc to be fair, so I really
Heck
enjoy
yeah.
working on that one.
Oh,
But
what was that one book? Legends and Lattes. It had like the orc on the cover.
oh
It
yeah,
says
I've
cozy
seen that. I've seen
fantasy.
that.
Yeah, that seemed cool.
Oh, I thought it was smart. It's not. No,
No, it's just cozy fantasy. I mean,
cozy venom.
I haven't read the whole thing, but like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it's perfectly
I
innocent.
can share cozy fantasy. Yeah. I've been drawing some artworks for cozy fantasy. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, yes, pays very well. How do you find like work on a book commissions to be different from like character commissions?
mm, Well, I mean, they usually have a very like tight description that they
Mm,
can't move with, and you
yeah,
have to sort of. I think that might be the same, but if you're working with an individual, it's not that strong as if you're
yeah,
working with a book publisher, because the characters have to be a certain way
yeah.
because there's
Like
an
on
entire
model. Yeah.
book written about them,
Mm-hmm.
right? So like you can't just go and change their personality a little bit in
Mm,
the sketch. It has to stay sort of the same.
yeah.
So I'd say that's like a pretty big difference. But apart from that, like you're just still drawing characters, so that's good.
Yeah, with personal commissions especially, I notice a lot of folks will be like, hey, just go with your heart. You're an artist. I trust you. And it's like, at times that's nice to hear, but also sometimes it's like, well, don't tell me that if you're gonna make a ton of revisions later on because you actually did know what you wanted, but you wanted me to read your mind. Like,
Mm.
that's always fun.
Oh, that's fair. And I don't think I had so many of them. Like they usually just tell me what they want.
Mm,
Sometimes they even say a pose, and I'm like, if you give me an exact idea of a pose, like I don't think it's gonna end up so well because
mm,
sometimes what people imagine is a really like stiff pose, right? And then you
yeah.
just kind of redraw that, you deliver the work, and they like it, but you don't.
Arthur says, sounds like a trap. Yeah, it often is. You gotta be careful. You gotta read the client's mind.
No, you can't do that. It's impossible.
Yeah, so got some cool earrings, like tusked earrings, I see.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yes, it's
So
a
what
must.
what kind of
Sometimes they even have them from the nose.
yeah, and also like even earrings inside the teeth, which I don't know the logistics of how that works, but
Oh,
I know like
true.
Gramash
But it looks pretty
Hellscream,
cool though.
he had some of those, I think.
Yeah, let's give her one.
Oh heck
Bam.
yeah.
Maybe
Bling
facing
all
now.
the way.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Yeah, totally
um,
guys. Hyperlink in the Twitch. Oh, that's good to know for the future. I don't actually know if we can change that. But yeah, what kind of hairstyle are we thinking so far?
so I think I'm gonna give her the same one as my OC has, which is kind of I don't know why I've done that to
Hmm.
myself. Like I really hate drawing braids, but I feel like most of my characters just have braids.
Hmm.
So she's got like this braid going down, and then
Mm.
she also has one in the back.
What's your braid drawing
But
technique?
yeah, do you want to see?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay, okay. So my braid drawing technique
Mm.
is the lazy one.
Okay.
I have a brush and I
Oh
do
wow.
this.
Okay.
And then I draw on top of it because I cannot draw braids. Like I've seen all those tutorials where those artists go
Yeah,
like,
do like boop doop doop
they
doop.
just yeah, and then they're
Ah,
like just you just gonna draw that, and I never get it right. So I'm like, yeah, f this. I'm getting a brush.
I did the exact same thing for like drawing chains
Okay.
because like I kept getting like Death Knight,
Oh yes.
like Death Knight characters and like
Mm.
liches and like they have all the chains all over the place, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I
Like
could draw each.
um.
Yeah, or I could just do that. I can get Templier Painter's brush set, and it's easy.
I have that one too.
Oh my
So
god.
no, you're absolutely right. There's some stuff that's just I feel like not worth drawing.
Yeah, and hey, artists,
It's just
there's no such thing as cheating unless you're stealing from someone else. So keep that in mind.
true.
Shortcuts, do them. It's allowed. I'm giving you permission.
Oh, but it's taken me a while to like allow myself to do that, because
Hmm.
before I was like, maybe I shouldn't. I should draw every individual hair strand,
Hmm.
on its own. And now after I've drawn several braids, I'm like, yeah, no,
Yeah.
hell no.
I think it's funny because there are kind of like these purists out there who are like, hey, if you ever use Photoshop lasso tool, or if you use this tool and that, you're a fake. And I'm like, well, okay, you're allowed to believe that, and I'm allowed to ignore what you're saying. So that's how
Yeah,
that's how it
no,
goes.
there's a lot of people saying that. Yeah, it's like if you use, but you can't use references. It's like
Oh,
tough. You're telling me to use references, but like I'm not allowed.
which is insanity. Like the old masters, like the greatest painters in this world, all used references. It's
Yeah.
but you're not a real artist. No, of course not. It's not acceptable. So this is can we see the reference by the way for this orc or the human
Oh yeah,
version at
sure.
least?
I'm using this model
I
from
see.
Pinterest.
Interesting. So what kind of like features
But
do
just
you
to
like
um,
want to like push the most when you're stylizing usually?
So to be fair, I've just chosen this one for the facial angle just to make sure that like I'm not deviating too much from the angle that I want to go with, because sometimes
Mhm.
I would draw the eye like way further and then it
Oh,
doesn't
sure.
make much sense. But I'm trying to get sharper lines in general. Like I feel
Mm.
like I like that a lot in drawings when the characters are very
Yeah,
angular and
yeah.
hard lines.
Arthur
So trying to
says,
do that.
Arthur says, references? No, in fact, you may not even use your eyes. Blindfold us. That'd be fun, actually, like a
True,
blind
true.
drawing stream. See if your muscle memory's up to par.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, we
I
got
got an
something.
eye.
Yeah, eye. All right. Oh wow, they're
Okay.
actually very
There's a
symmetrical.
nose.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mouth.
And then tusks. Mm-hmm.
What? Oh my god. Wait.
I forgot.
You can literally draw orcs with your eyes closed?
Yes.
Oh my.
And there's some fur in here.
You did.
I
That's
mean,
pretty
yeah.
good for an eyes closed drawing. So many artists are like, hey, if I lose my vision, I can't draw anymore. Not you, apparently.
True.
When I think Gohan
Just,
actually predicted this. Gohan says, Tofu can draw orcs while sleeping as well. Just put a paper and pen in her hands. Apparently you can. Oh my goodness, this is witchcraft. Um, yeah. So tell us about your orc OC. What kind of obviously you've been drawing orcs before you got into Warcraft. So was that kind of like your
Mhm.
decision for going that direction?
So because they called me an orc artist already,
Mm.
I'm like, maybe I should have an OC. So I think it was which year was that? I've done a draw this in your style challenge. And I'm like, I'm gonna draw an orc OC.
Mm.
And so that was kind of the first draft of the character.
Mm.
But the armor was like it didn't, if I look at the artwork now, it didn't look so good. So I'm like, let's do another one. And then I try to do concepts of like different kinds of armor and clothing that I would like to have on her
Mm.
and kind of flesh that out a bit more. And then I got to the final version and created like a little splash art and everything.
Yeah.
And I'm working on an illustration right now. I mean, by working on an illustration, I mean, I've sketched it a
Yeah.
couple of weeks ago,
It's
but then I
happening
didn't really have
eventually.
time to look on
Yeah.
it. So eventually there's gonna be like an art of her. I've also given her a wolf, so she never
Mm.
had an animal before, which I'm not sure why I'm doing this to myself. Like I really hate drawing braids, but my OC has braids. I
Wait,
can't draw animals, and my OC has a wolf.
and you know what? The wolf should have braids too, just to make it fun.
No.
Oh
No.
my goodness. Honestly, though, I feel like with a lot of these kind of like intricate, designs, what I notice, especially with like Hearthstone people, artists working like these, projects, is that they'll find very clever techniques for not actually having to draw like individual strands of hair. Like you can just kind of get the impression of a braid, even with just like round brush, stroke, stroke, stroke. That's it.
True.
So stylization.
But
Mhm.
you have to like learn it so it looks good,
Mm,
like it's because if you do it and then you don't know what you're doing, it's
yeah,
just it
yeah.
looks like you don't know what you're doing.
Is as a very wise painter once said, that I'm making this quote up. You got to know the rules before you break them. So
Yep.
yeah, yeah. So we got a cool like fur collar here, ethically sourced, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Arthur says, "That's my secret, Captain. I don't know what I do." You know, I don't know if anyone else experiences this. Maybe but like that feeling of you've got your tablet, in front of you. You're about to draw a blank canvas, and you're like, I have completely forgotten how to draw. I don't know how I thought I could.
Yep.
I was like,
No, I have that too.
surely that feeling goes away once you get really good. And then I was talking to some professional artists who were like,
Mm.
industry, big leagues, and they're like, yeah, no, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, okay, fair enough.
Or sometimes you take on a commission. Like I had that in the past where I'm like, they ask me, "Are you sure you can do this?" I'm like,
Mm.
"Of course I can
Yeah,
do
of
this.
course I
I've
can
been
do it.
drawing for 10 years.
Yeah,
Like, what do you mean?
I'm
Are
the
you
expert.
doubting me?" And then I start working on it, and
I
I'm
can do
like,
this.
"I'm a fraud. I'm a fraud."
But that's also how it works. Like fake it till you make it. I feel like in many ways, every piece of work you get is like a guinea pig. They're like your willing test
Mm.
subject, and they're paying you to be their test subject. So yeah, in a way,
True.
you get to like test out entirely new things you've never done before, and I mean, if it doesn't, it's probably going to be fine. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? They're like, oh, I don't know. We're not exactly cutting out tumors here. We're painting pictures, and um,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's fair. No, that's how I treat it as well. Because sometimes people come up and they want the commissions of the most random things, and I'm really have a hard time with saying no
Mm,
sometimes. So they're like, "Could you draw a spaceship?" And I'm like, "I've never drawn a spaceship before,
I
but
can
of course I
try.
can design a spaceship
Yeah.
for you." Hmm.
Honestly, though, there's like the imposter syndrome. But the best thing you can do is turn it into brilliant con man syndrome, where you're like, I might be an imposter, but I'm getting away with it. So,
True. True. But then you have people like, I don't know, I had that on a stream where people come into the stream and they mention like, "Hey Tofu, you've been my inspiration for so long. Like you're such a pro, like you're so good
aw.
at this and everything." And I'm like, "Me? I'm just here. I just draw. Sometimes I talk to people and that's it."
I think that's the fun thing too, is like the perception gap of like skill versus, you know, how we perceive our skill. Like the critical eye
Hmm.
of being like, and it's never aligned. It's always this kind of missed high five of when you're bad, you don't realize you're bad, and when you're good, you don't realize you're good. So your ego
Hmm.
is always like either really high or really low, and that's how it goes all the time.
Oh, absolutely. But I had to have this moment. I have to share that one. I did have this moment the other day where I was supposed to was tasked with like kind of like a packaging design,
Mm.
and I was tasked to do that, and I completed that in like the same day that I got the commission. I
Oh
made
well,
some sketches and concepts, and I was just sitting here by the tablet. I'm like, damn, I'm
I'm
good.
good.
Just smiling and being like, yeah, I made that.
Hell yeah, it's awesome. Yeah,
Um,
we need to have those moments as artists, where we actually do appreciate,
mhm,
where we're at and what we're doing, because so many folks are down on themselves, like the discouragement. Like it's
mhm.
easy to fall into that trap of being like, hey, I feel like I don't know, I'm not progressing as quickly as I need to be, or like I'm hitting that plateau, or there's like this one thing I need to learn that I'm missing. Um, so yeah, like
I
honestly,
think
all
a lot of it is tied to the fact that, like social media in general, because if you
mm,
see art being posted on social media, then you're seeing the one perfect result, like the one
yeah,
artwork. You're not seeing the years of work behind it or how
yeah.
much time it took to actually get to that one artwork. But you're like, man, this person is so good. They post every day. Like they're probably doing a lot of art, and here I am doing one art per month. So I think that comparison kind of kills the joy in it as well.
And that's the thing, is the comparison is the theft of joy. Like, if
Mm-hmm.
we were the only artist in the world and you're like on a deserted island and you don't know if anyone else existing, you're not going to be like,
Mm-hmm.
man, those crabs are way better than I am at like drawing lines in the sand. It's like, no, you're just alone and you have no ego and you're enjoying yourself. So, just that's the advice, people in the chat. Pretend no one else exists and you'll be fine.
But then again, like if you, it's also, it can be motivating as well. Like if
Mm.
you see other people drawing and they're like really good at it, then I think it can be
Mm.
motivating as well. So it's a little bit of both.
I heard this great quote from the Bionicle lead writer, Greg Farshty, where he said there's three kinds of
Mm,
authors that you see in this world. There's the type of people you're like, I could do way better than that. There's the type of people you
hmm.
see, it's like, oh, they're very good, but they inspire me to also be better and learn so I can get to their level. And there's the third type, which is, that person is so good, I should quit forever. What am I doing?
So absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah.
So as long as you surround yourself with one and two, you'll be fine. That's how it goes.
Mhm. Yeah, mute the stories and posts of the last person.
Exactly.
Block them.
Hi Petra, hi Chad, hi Jose, how's it going?
You're getting the tofu chat in here,
Ah yes,
my people.
it's a crossover episode, like Mr. Peanut Butter.
Mm. I'm not sure if I know what that is, but
Oh, don't worry about it. Bojack Horseman.
okay, okay.
So we got the braid happening. Very kind of you know, abstract braid, but hey, that's all good.
Um, Can it be abstract? Am I
Yeah,
allowed?
of course, you're allowed. You're allowed to
Okay.
if you want to just do like literally a triangle and a square and a circle, that's perfectly fine. Big, medium, small.
Damn. I just have to give it some fancy title, like in the galleries, like the end
Exactly.
of humanity, the the bane of existence. You know, just something cool,
Oh my goodness. I
and then gets a pass.
I did recently go to one of those art galleries, like the, modern art museums.
Okay.
And hey, no
My
shade.
condolences.
No shade towards modern art. I thought that
Mm-hmm.
once I learned how to draw, I would appreciate it more. I would like be like, okay, I
Mm-hmm.
get it now. Tragically, I appreciate it even less because I'm like,
Ooh.
I don't know. I'm like, I know people who have practiced for years and years and their technical skill is through the roof and they're like just incredible artists. And the fact that their art isn't in museums and galleries, but this is, that, I don't know. I think there's a bit of unfairness there. There's a bit of nepotism, perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, there's some galleries that are nice. So because I'm
Mm.
from Prague and like
Oh,
Czech
yeah. Oh,
Republic, there's a lot of
I
like
bet.
Renaissance artwork and
Yeah.
everything. So like some of the galleries that we have here are like, and they're so
Mm.
great to look at, like for inspo and even the technical skills of those artists, like the
Mm.
stuff that they created. But yeah,
Are you a big
not all.
old master studier? Like, do you like to study Renaissance paintings and all that to kind of improve your skill? Or
I've done one.
all right.
Um, one study, yeah.
Hey.
But I used to join a gallery from time to
Oh,
time. Like I
awesome.
haven't done that in ages, but
Mm.
it's like it's a lot of fun. Or like in museums,
Yeah.
it's just it's so atypical in here. So whenever I've done that, there would be there's always like old people guarding the images so you don't touch it, right? And there
Yeah.
would always be like some old lady and going like, "Oh my God, you're so good. You should study this. Like you should go to college." And I'm like, "Yep, it's my living." She's like, "No, but you should study this. Like you should study this in college." Like, but I make money with this.
Well, did you study in college? Or like, what was your kind of educational path? Are you self-taught?
So we have this type of school in here that's called like a second elementary school where you
Okay.
kind of go where you don't know what you want to do and you learn everything.
Mm.
So I only have high school. I don't have any college or anything
Okay.
because when I was looking for one in here,
Mm.
like the state of it is kind of it's more like contemporary art. Like you
Mm.
go, maybe that was just my experience. Maybe it's different now. Like that was 6 years ago or
Mm.
7. But you would walk into the how do you call it, a studio?
Yeah.
Like where they've done the art and there's like a bunch of cigarette butts and like alcohol. Like it's not something that I would be, interested
Mm.
in. Like you don't have to be high to create
Yeah.
interesting artwork. So I was not really impressed. So I never really went to one. But maybe the situation changed. Like I haven't really looked into it
Yeah.
furthermore.
Yeah. I'm not in a place as beautiful as Prague, but in America, the art schools are solid and they're good for like the games industry and good for making connections,
Hmm.
but they're also like hundreds of thousands of dollars. So I don't know how
Mm,
people are affording these. I'm not one of the people who can. I'm also, I'm kind of on the self-taught side of the spectrum, taking mentorships and all that.
hmm.
But I think there's so many avenues for learning art these days that you don't have to be locked into like a certain pathway of like the old lady at the museum being like, "Oh, there's only one way where you can become a professional artist, and it's if you study
You have to
here."
study.
Yeah, exactly. No, like there's so many options out there. So like, for people who are kind of learning, I've seen people who are totally self-taught. They're working for Blizzard now. Um,
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
yeah, you look at like Forrest Emil's LinkedIn, and he flexes by
Hmm.
where you put your college on your LinkedIn. He just says self-taught. It's like, oh, what a guy.
No, but that makes sense. Like in here, it works a little bit different with the colleges. So a
Mm,
lot of them are state owned, so you don't really pay for it in that way. Like
okay.
you just go, and you're I don't want to say it's free because you still pay taxes and stuff, but
Yeah.
like you go there and definitely doesn't cost as much as it does in America.
Mm.
But you have to be till a certain age, and then you just have to pay like
Oh,
the fee.
interesting.
But this if you go to I would say an art college in the US, like how is it, the one in Pasadena, I
Oh yeah,
think
like
it's
art center
in
maybe.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel like it really gives you something, whereas in here it's more, it doesn't you might have some connections,
Mm,
but it's not gonna be something that you might use in this type of artwork.
Hmm. Yeah, I will say I do think a lot of people who do study like John Singer Sargent or Rembrandt, are like getting,
Hmm.
they're definitely getting a leg up skill wise on people who are just studying Overwatch. Which Overwatch, great art style, some of the best in the industry, but you also need to learn like the kind of
Hmm.
techniques that make for good paintings of any kind. Um, you got to know the rules before you break them. That's the rule of
Hmm.
any kind of stylization. I guess. I don't know. Don't
That is true.
take my advice with a pinch of salt. I don't know what I'm talking about. I feel
No,
like
but you're streaming on Moon Colony channel. I feel like you should know.
that is true. I should know everything. I do know everything. So disregard what I just said. Don't listen to me. But yeah, I can see we're kind of like adding some shading, getting that nice like contrast, like the
Yeah.
dark background, some nice white rim light. Um,
Hmm. Oh,
is
I
this your
love a white rim light.
is this your normal approach to like doing like any kind of commission or freelance work, or do you like to like reserve this for studies or?
Mm, so it depends. Right now, it depends what the budget is. Like, if they have more budget, then we're doing different kind of sketches. If
Mm-hmm.
no, then we're just doing this, and they let me kind of do my own thing. And then I've been trying gradient maps lately. I don't
Hmm.
feel like I'm good at it, but we're getting somewhere.
Yeah,
We're starting.
I feel like
But I
great.
have to learn how to work more with layers because it's been I mostly work on one layer because I really enjoy that approach, like this kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't work out every time, and sometimes people want changes, and then you have
Mm.
everything on one layer, and it's kind of hard to make that.
Yeah, it's kind of fun, like, because it feels like traditional painting, you don't have to worry about, like,
Hmm.
oh, this layer mode, and a vivid light layer, and a hard light, and overlay. But,
Yeah.
at the same time, if you have, like, you need a non-destructive workflow, because the client's gonna want, changes or, like, variations or something, then you gotta be like, all right. And especially, I bet with book covers, formatting matters a lot, right? Like, knowing where the title's gonna be, and the author's name.
I think it depends because so far I've been doing end papers, if you know what that is, like when you open the book in the first two pages. So there wasn't
Oh,
any
no.
text really. And then I've done the ones in like for a Czech project, and I just kind of put the title in the like wherever I thought it would be nice,
Hmm.
and now they have to put it in the printing files and everything. So it's good to have it on separate layers. Like always have the character and the background on separate layered. Like that's the go-to. The rest can be figured out.
Yeah, I've done a couple card game projects, and definitely having like the template with you, like
Mm.
knowing, okay, what's going to be covered by like the stat block and the name of the creature and
Mm-hmm.
all that. And then there's some bits that like go off the card intentionally, but they want to be able to
Mm-hmm.
display it like on their website for like marketing stuff. So there's like more factors to consider as that happens, and then you know I've never done any 2.5D animations, but I've seen what goes into those, and the level of collaboration precision is, ooh, my goodness.
Oh, especially if you have to send somebody your PSD and then you
Yeah.
have to name the layers. Like I
Ugh,
layer 5, layer
I don't
6,
know what any
and
of
then I
these
have
layers
to
are,
name it.
and then like this layer's just like three brush strokes, so it's testing out something.
Exactly.
And
And
then
then
you're
I sometimes like I had people sending me back the like screenshots of how I named the layers, and they're like, "What is that name?" It's like small guy, big guy, some text. I don't know what this is. Question mark.
wait, you name your layers? Oh wow, an aristocrat, I see.
No, I don't. I just do it when they need me to because I was sending it
Hmm.
to graphic designers so they could like put it into the files for printing and everything.
Mm.
So yeah, I had to name it a little bit.
I
I didn't
did
overdo
um
it.
I did a magazine cover recently. Um and I realized I had to do much better layer hygiene than I normally do because there's going to be
Oh,
like,
I know.
all the formatting. Um Lost my train of thought. Yeah, honestly though, it is funny cuz I think naming layers is something that matters when you're working collaboratively, but also like not messing with the
Hmm.
kind of what's already there. Like for instance, if you have very meticulously, balanced layers, and someone goes and merges all of them, flattens the image, that's gonna be a bad time.
For sure, for sure.
You know, having those moments of like someone has to go in there with the lasso tool and carefully carve out the character from the background, then repaint the background, and
Mm, I merged it. Now it's all one layer.
oh my goodness.
I couldn't resist. Yeah, I had to.
So
I
when do
had the
you
urge to merge it.
the urge to merge? Yeah.
The urge to
So when do you usually start
merge.
painting over the outlines, like painting over the sketch layer?
No.
Now? Okay.
So I usually do like as much shading as I feel. I could do more, right? But
Hmm.
sometimes when it's something fast like this, I'm like, okay, I'm bored. I want to move on to the next stage and then start doing some painting on top of the lines.
The good old like
But I'm thinking
ADHD
if we're gonna
impatience. Yeah.
do, yeah. I'm thinking if we're gonna do more, or should I just do one? Should I do more? Maybe we should
Up,
do more.
up to you. Up to you.
Oh my god,
Um,
choices.
I'm
I
so
wasn't.
I'm so
I,
sorry.
it wasn't in the job description to make choices. Now I don't
Ah,
know what to do.
I don't want to think. I just want to draw. This is inhumane conditions.
I was just told to stream here and do some art, and didn't include choices.
Yes, when you thought it was a single linear RPG, but it was actually multiple choice and they affect the ending.
Ah.
Ah. Oh, that's the worst too. Is like if it's like, oh, if you want to romance this character in Mass Effect, you have to, you know, do every correct dialogue option. I don't know.
I've never played that one, but my friend did, and she's got this like really big body pillow with one of the characters. I think their name
Is it
is
Garrus Targaryen?
Garrus.
Garrus, yep, it's always Garrus.
Yes.
Yeah,
Why? But isn't he a monster? Like I've seen the
but
face.
that's why
It's not a
people like
human.
him, you know. But but
Oh, kinky.
but also he sounds like this. He has like a nice vocal fry.
Hmm.
Yeah. Hey Shepard, how's it going? It's Garrus Targaryen. I was doing some calibrations. He's also kind of like Spock from Star Trek. You know, he's got like that kind of soothingness to him that I think people find.
Oh, I think that's I'm too young for that
Oh,
reference. I haven't seen it. I'm
okay.
sorry.
What's a new Star Trek? Deep Space Nine. No, that's 80s, 90s. Man, there's so many new Star. Lower Decks. There's Vulcans in that one. Anyway.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're talking to the wrong person. I've seen Lord of the Rings 2 years ago for the first time, and then last
Real.
year I've seen Harry Potter for the first time.
Oh my goodness.
So
And you paint
yeah, so
fantasy
I live
characters
under
for
a
a
rock.
living. That's crazy.
Uh, maybe.
Cinnamon Tea says, "I heard Star Trek talk." Yeah, I mean it's one-sided
Mm.
though. It's gonna be one-sided.
They know from the stream because they're like, Tofu, that looks like the actor. And I'm like, actor?
Actor.
It's like, he's from Pirates of the Caribbean. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't need to
Uh,
know the names. You just need to know the faces, and then you can draw them. It's easy. I will say,
True, true.
one thing I keep doing is I'll like watch a new show with the promise to myself, I'm gonna do so many studies of the frames from the show.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was watching Night in the Seven Kingdoms, you know, the Game of Thrones spin-off, and I was like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
this is gonna be such great references. But then I became so engrossed in the show, I forgot to do any studies. Um,
What happens next? What happens next? Can't draw.
I know it's like it's
Must watch.
I need like a mediocre show with really good visuals. That's like something that like, the
Oh,
story sucks, but the camera and lighting's on point. That's what I'm going for. Oh, we got the nice
I can't recommend any.
the nice eye highlights. Very nice.
That's important.
Gotta have those.
I think you should edit the last, but
Mm,
it's always so tempting. It's like must resist,
I
but
know,
then you can't
right?
resist
It's like
anymore.
it gives them the immediate soul that you know. It's like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
gotta put it right in there. What do you think is the
Yeah.
maximum number of highlights you can have in an eye before it becomes too sparkly?
I don't know. Enjoying anime uvu waifus over enjoying fantasy character.
I
But
know.
I usually do one or like maybe one here on the bottom line.
Mm,
And also you don't want to make them look like they're crying because they're strong
yeah,
warriors,
like
right?
the
So
tears kind
no
of in their
tears.
eyes. I know in Arcane, like the Arcane style, which I studied for far too long.
Hmm.
They have like three highlights on each eyeball, and that's like, ooh, interesting.
Oh, true.
They have
Arcane is beautiful.
like the rectangle eye highlight. They have the I don't know, circle one, square one. It's like a
I love
modern.
how they made that into an entire art style, it's the 40s art style.
Yeah, everyone loves arcane now. I think like the Disney Pixar kind of animation of 3D was like so popular for a while, and then
Hmm.
people have been like really craving something new. And I think that's why Spider Verse and like all these very stylized 3D kind of animations are becoming popular.
Mm. But Arcane is beautiful.
It
Like
is.
the
I wish they made a game adaptation of it.
oh, that would be so good.
Yeah, can you imagine like the Runeterra universe, but for, like in a game? Oh,
Mm.
just waiting.
I was waiting for an MMO, and they were apparently working on an MMO, but then they stopped working on an MMO.
It's
I'm still
apparently still
waiting.
happening, but very
Oh,
slowly
okay.
and
I need it
very.
now.
Oh my
Can't do
goodness.
slow.
I love to see what kind of like different because I'm Garrus Vakarian. I like creatures. I like playing monsters.
Hmm.
I all of my Warcraft characters are Horde, and they're the monster people.
Ooh,
Um,
nice.
so with a League MMO, if it ever happens, which who knows,
Hmm.
I would like to see some nice different options for.
But what kind of monsters? Because there's not that many. I mean, there's monsters in the League universe, but
And I just think like the Arcane
oh,
show, like they had like Zon, and there's all these people, different kinds of people in the inner city.
ooh.
Um, but I guess aside from like the Yordles, there's not too many iconic ones. Arthur says you could have like 3 lanes and play your favorite characters from the show, some kind of legendary league. Oh yeah. Hey, no one copyright this. We got something here. It'll have a really friendly player base where everyone's supportive and there's great community.
Ah, if it's a competitive game, no. Then you're dreaming.
Aw. Maybe that's
Everyone
why
is
I'm an
friendly.
MMO and RPG person. I like my friendly,
Mm.
role play scene.
Yeah, so you're not a League of Legends player. That makes
Oh,
sense.
ooh. Well,
No?
I narrowly avoided it. Yeah. I don't have I don't have the constitution to play League. I can't do it.
No.
I'm too weak.
Makes sense. Yeah, people are cruel.
Yeah. When people are mean, it's like, oh, that really, especially if you believe it too. Anyway, we're doing some cool face
Mm.
paint here. I see
Yes,
some
need the
cool
body paint.
tats.
Can't
Heck
draw
yeah.
an orc without some body paint.
It's really cool how they kind of like show the contours, like the contours of the face as well. Like it's like makes the forms more 3D.
Yes.
Heck
I
yeah.
normally have them colored on the character, but here we're doing black and white, so black and white it is.
Yeah. Nice, chiaroscuro.
Mhm.
Speaking of which, Claire Obscura, very good game.
No, I haven't played it. I'm
Oh.
just a stinky League player. That's all I am.
Oh, you only
I
play
don't know
League.
anything else. I mean, at the moment, yeah.
Fair enough. What's your
I
champion
play
of choice?
Photoshop.
Oh,
Champion of choice, Bard. Do you know which one that is? A
hmm.
yellow. He's got a flute. Doesn't talk.
Hold on. Bard
Mm.
League. Oh, that's fun. Oh, that's a cool
He's
design.
got a really nice design.
Oh, I like how it looks a bit like a robot, but not actually.
Mm.
Oh, you know
But
what?
all the designs are really pretty, to be fair. Like, all the
Yeah,
League characters are.
reminds me of like Ori and the Blind Forest, or maybe like a Ghibli film, like the
Oh, yes, yes, yes. I think it might
yeah,
be themed to that one, to be fair.
yeah, yeah. Oh, Ghibli themed characters are my weakness.
Mm.
But yeah,
But they
League.
got really good stuff. Like the designs are so well made. It's
Oh
just
yeah.
sometimes they're very. I've noticed that yesterday. We are playing a game and then I don't know what character that was anymore, but it turned around and it only had underwear and like nothing else. And I'm like, oh, I thought this was more clothes. When did this happen?
Like all the K-pop skins, like all the anime waifus, like
Mhm.
they all look the same.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm like, where are the pants?
Yeah. I think the same happens to Overwatch a little. Well, anyway. Um,
Oh, we did.
yeah.
Okay. I haven't played in a while.
I also haven't played in a while, so I don't know. I just hear conjecture. But yeah, I
Okay,
think
okay.
you gotta be careful. Like the silhouette matters a lot when you're doing like video game characters. You
Hmm.
have to make sure they're recognizable, they're readable. Because if every character has the same silhouette, then you're not communicating the visual language very well.
I think that's my kind of issue when it comes to, for instance, the faces on League of Legends splash arts. Like they're all
Mm,
very similar, so then it becomes harder to recognize what
mm,
character that is because they're trying to cater to the nowadays beauty standards. So every female character sort of looks the same in a way. Like
yeah,
it's sometimes harder to recognize which one that is.
yeah,
And I think that goes for a lot of things and not just League. Like they're just trying to kind of giving them the same face.
yeah. Same face syndrome, I think, is
Hmm.
it's like they design a beauty standard. It's like, no, I want variety. I think that's more interesting. You know, having kind of distinct looks so everyone just isn't like identical copies. And I think in many ways, people kind of are copying that in reality. I recently discovered what looks maxing is, because
Oh no.
they had like an SNL skit about like how everyone needs to have the same impeccable jawline, and
You
like,
have to do the meowing.
oh yeah,
Mewing? Mew.
mm, like the weirds, like they suck in their cheeks and they're,
Yeah, yeah,
I don't
no, it's
know,
the tongue.
it's kind of weird. Uh, it's like,
Hmm.
um, but like it's also it comes from a place of insecurity, I think, but also like
Hmm.
kids are being told you all have to look exactly the same. You all have to have the same standard of like what people are supposed to look like. It's like that. Don't go down that route. It's not good. So
But
anyway,
that's what I like about Arcane. I feel like the characters are
mm,
very like they have kind of a long nose where you would
yeah,
compare to the other characters in the games, and it
hmm,
makes them stand out. Like if I think of Jinx right now, it's like the big eyes and the nose
yeah,
and the really like smaller lips,
and
and
braids.
it makes the characters so nah, not the braids.
I love the
Makes
arcane
them so
designs.
recognizable.
Yeah, arcane is like 4Kish.
Hmm.
Like everyone who worked in that is like such good artists. Yeah, they all look so. I think that's why this style became so popular, is because they found a way to take even like human characters and monsters and make them
Hmm.
like so expressive and like so painterly, but also like the forms are so well designed. I love Arcane. I could talk about
They're
for
very
hours.
visually appealing. Yeah.
Yeah, and like they're visually appealing without being conventionally attractive, which is
Yeah,
such
yeah, yeah.
a
For
hard
sure.
line to like do, and they did it. They succeeded. Um,
Honestly, I like that a lot. That's why I think maybe I'm a little bit drawn to the orcs because they're kind of, if you think of it, they're kind of ugly. But I feel like you can make them visually interesting, like even
mm,
with the big jaw and the tusks and the rotten teeth,
yeah,
they can still look kind of cool.
yeah. You can make a hot orc. It's loud. It's a
Mhm.
free world. Arthur says, I think they even made sure to make the faces a bit uneven as well in
Ooh.
Arcane, like asymmetrical. Interesting. That's cool.
Mm.
I could see that. Um, I mean, there's definitely a lot of like asymmetrical faces, like even just Silco. It's got the whole eye scar. Um,
Oh,
yeah,
true.
I have a friend who loves Silco. Shout out to Anise. Anyway, yeah, it's really cool. Man, but yeah, I agree. Like orcs, I think that's maybe what drew me to them as well. Is that um, especially like in the Blizzard kind of style, which Blizzard does orcs
Mhm.
so well. I think they're my favorite kind of orc. Is that
True.
they're very monstrous and very kind of like you know deep and savage, but they're also so expressive and like they can even be handsome or like pretty without
Hmm.
having to
Oh, I
like
think a lot of those characters are handsome.
yeah, exactly. And they can do that without even having to like have the same standards of like the K-pop or the anime, where like
Hmm.
everyone has like the same gigantic bug eyes and like the tiny face.
Oh,
Uh,
yes.
um, like Thrall looks like Chris Metzen, and he looks great.
I don't know who that is. I don't know who Chris Messon is. I don't troll.
What? Okay.
Sorry.
He's the voice of
All the references are going to void. Like there's no references in here.
he was the voice of Thrall. He's the voice of Varian. He's also like the story guy who like
Oh.
made Warcraft what it is. essentially. And he
Oh,
was
I
also an
see, I
artist.
see.
He did like really cool like ink drawings for like Warcraft
Wait,
2.
maybe I
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
I think I've seen some sketches, so it might have
yeah.
been from him.
Um, yeah, those cool like Warcraft 2 manuals. He was doing those, and yeah,
Mm.
he's brilliant. He's fantastic. I love Chris.
I see, I see.
He was also the voice of Vol'jin for a bit. Um, Also a good troll.
Mm.
And you know, people don't find trolls handsome, but I do, and I think people need to know that.
No, I mean, the ones in World of Warcraft when they're like slouching and everything, I think maybe that's a bit too
Okay,
exaggerated,
I mean the Zandalari.
but like the facial features are pretty cool because you have the really, really long nose.
It is funny how in World of Warcraft, like everyone has scoliosis, but only the males of like the each species. They all have like hunchbacks.
That's fair. True, true. Yeah, because like the Zandalari or the female trolls just don't have it. They're standing up straight.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. They need like a chiropractor or something. Get this.
I think it's too late for a
It's
chiropractor.
too late. um, yeah, but you know, I think it is cool because that's what artists can do. Like artists can be like, hey, you know, I don't like this double standard. I'm gonna draw them the way I think they should be.
Hmm.
I'm gonna
Great
draw
on.
a troll with no back problems, and it'll be great. I will say though, in Battle for Azeroth, they had a
Mm.
character Zappy Boy or Zakan, and they put him in like cinematics, and he was like this really like pretty boy troll, and
Hmm.
I mean, it worked really well. I feel like they,
It did?
yeah, I feel like they made like a young kind of like like teenage guy
Ooh.
troll in a way that worked quite well. Arthur says the female trolls started off slouch, but that got changed in the alpha beta. Yeah, I think people complained they weren't pretty enough, and they were like, why are they monsters?
But why keep the male character
Yeah,
slouching then?
exactly. It's like, okay, people can have body pillows of Garrus Targaryen from Mass Effect, but they can't handle that. I don't believe it.
Yeah, it seems a bit sus. I think there would be fans of that.
Yeah,
Plus, you have the Zandari trolls that are both like
yeah,
upright, so
yeah. I think
there's choice.
I think maybe you know world builders need to trust their audiences more to be okay with not everything has to be marketable and well, I don't
True.
know. Anyway,
I think I can. Can I hear birds through your camera? Like, do you have birds outside?
can you?
No.
I do actually. I
Um.
guess they're being picked
Oh.
up on the mic. Oopsie doopsie.
Yeah, I feel like it's like the nature ASMR in the background, just having some birds chirping
See, I
in the
can't even hear it
background.
because I got headphones in. I'm in the cans,
That
so
makes sense.
um. But yeah, yeah, we got like hummingbirds, we got
Nice.
crows, lots of crows actually. Just
Hummingbirds.
um,
Cool.
I've been trying to tame the local crows and make them do my bidding because, well, here's the thing: is that
Ooh.
if you give crows like food in exchange for
Mm-hmm.
trinkets, if they give you shiny things, you can eventually train
Mm.
crows to collect money for you. Um,
Oh yeah, I
but
think I've seen that.
you just have
Have
to.
you managed?
I haven't gotten there yet, but I feel like I'm getting close. I need that passive income. So
Huh.
close. We're coming up about
Because
like,
in here is just pigeons.
oh really? Interesting.
Yeah, the
I don't know why.
majority of them.
I
Pigeons.
pictured I pictured Prague being full of like owls and mystical birds.
I mean, if you imagine it hard enough, it could be pigeons, could be owls.
Hey, that's true.
But no, the majority is pigeons. There's some. It's not a crow. It's like a mini crow. I don't know how that one is
Oh,
called in
like a
English, but
magpie, a
so
jackdaw.
yeah, there's a lot of magpies as well. But then there's one more.
Hmm.
But there's mostly pigeons. But there's two types of pigeons,
Hmm.
so that's pretty cool.
What's your favorite pigeon type?
The regular one, the
Ah,
one you see in New York City, just the basic pigeon.
yeah, the New York pigeons. Yeah, they're walking here. Um, yeah, I like a good pigeon. I think I love like the iridescence they have like on their feathers. Um,
Oh yes, yes.
like apparently like they can identify it to kind of tell each other apart, and we just see like glossy rainbow
Mm.
colors. Um, but
I
yeah,
do like glossy rainbow colors.
yeah, pigeons. There's a great game, Hatoful Boyfriend, where you date pigeons, and I've been waiting for the sequel. Anyway,
Okay.
we got about like 6 minutes left in this drawing.
Okay. Wait. So I thought you said 2 hours, no? So I
2
can
hours.
do another
We can
one.
go to 2 hours,
One
like as a
tomorrow.
max, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, we can keep going.
Let's do two since I haven't streamed today.
Cool, cool. Let's do two. Yeah, do you
But I'll
plan
need
on...
to take a bathroom break once I finish this, and
Yeah,
then
we
I
can
come back
take like
stronger.
5 minutes and do a little like BRB section.
Yeah, five would be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, how's everyone doing today, y'all? How's your lives, chat? You doing any cool art, any cool projects lately? What are y'all up to? Moon Colony.
Mhm.
We might have coming to the Discord as well.
So what's Moon Colony up to right now?
Oh my goodness, Moon Colony's up to a lot.
Can you tell us?
I can't tell you everything, but I can tell you what has recently released is
Okay.
the Cyberpunk trading card game, which Moon Colony worked on.
Ooh.
So Cyberpunk, the trading card game, had a goal of $100,000 to be funded on Kickstarter. How much do you think they made for that Kickstarter?
Okay,
campaign?
$100,000 was the
Yeah,
goal.
that's the goal.
500,000.
They made 15 million.
Ooh.
I think
Wow.
it's the highest funded trading card game ever in Kickstarter history. So that's pretty good.
Wow.
And
Can we see link? I would love to see
yeah,
the art
it's
in the campaign.
actually I don't know if they'll let me type in the chat, will they? But Cyberpunk trading card game. Yes, we go there.
It's crazy how big those projects can go.
Honestly, I mean, Star Citizen. I backed that game like 8 years ago, and it still hasn't come out. That's fine. We're fine. Arthur,
Aw.
you're working on an art test this week. Heck yeah, man. That's awesome to hear. Um, it's so cool.
Well, you know your chatters by their name?
Yes. Do you not? What? Don't you care about your audience?
No. I mean, I know some that go there regularly. But damn, you're one step ahead of me.
Yeah. No, I know some people just from the Moon Colony Discord server. We have like 9,000 people. I know every single of those 9,000. No big deal.
I wasn't doubting that you wouldn't know them. No. Of course.
Yeah, of course. Hey, I'm a community manager. This is what you do. No, it's great. I love the Discord community. We have like a lot of kind of like the pub regulars of people who come in and chat with us and hang out and
Are you guys gonna be on TED Playgrounds though?
Kid Playground.
Do you know? It's
I
a
don't,
convention in Netherlands.
I don't actually know. We went to GDC.
Because you've been there 2 years ago,
I see.
3 years ago.
Well, I'll have to check out on that. We went to GDC.
I know because I have a T-shirt. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. The Moon Colony T-shirt. Yeah. I got.
Yeah, and a pen and.
I got mine from GDC.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. I'm just gonna say I think the material is kind of like I've been washing it for a while and the print is still there, but man, it stinks. Like
really?
I was thinking about wearing it, but no, I can't.
All right, we'll have to send you a better one then.
But it was like the print is still staying, so that's pretty good.
Hey, that's awesome. That's good
And I
to hear.
washed it so many times. Mm-hmm.
Hey, you get used to have that free Moon Colony swag,
Mm-hmm.
At GDC, I had to give out so many tote bags, of like merch and swag.
You
there's, like-
had to.
Oh, it was so
Crazy.
hard. It was torturous. Oh my goodness. No, it was wonderful. But it was like we don't want to bring all this merch back to the UK because like we're in San Francisco, like in California, So it's like, all right, you got to
Oh,
get rid of every single one of these tote bags, and like, you got it, sir.
no problem.
So I was like just handing them out left and right. I was like, Marvel people, you want 3 tote bags? You take these 3 tote bags. Hey, you want 5? Supercell? Take them. All yours, buddy.
What
That
was
was
in the
fun.
tote bags though?
Oh yeah, we had like
Asking
a
for
little
a friend.
note. We had a notepad. We had an art book.
A
little art.
notepad.
Yeah,
A
like
book.
a book.
Cool.
We had a
A
pen.
book?
We had like 3 pens total. So 3 people got the Willy Wonka's golden ticket of having a pen.
Wow.
We had
A pen.
some like cool trading card style business cards for like Emra and Amy. So they had like these like whole stylized illustrations of them. Um, I didn't get a trading card of myself,
Oh.
but hopefully in the future.
Mm.
We had yeah, it was cool stuff. It was really awesome. Um, what else? Yeah, JDC
It would be
was
cool
fun.
if you were on Tap Playgrounds. I'm
Yeah,
going this year.
I just yeah
But I don't think I've seen it in the program or anything, so I think that's a no.
yeah. I just need someone to pay for my flight to Europe.
Eh? Which class?
Hmm.
First class?
Of course, first class. I mean, my standards are extremely high, naturally, indubitably. Um, I'm going to Finland this year for a wedding, and we might also be in Estonia
Oh.
and
Oh.
Stockholm and Iceland because Iceland is like the layover. So
Iceland.
yeah, I'm excited for that.
What's it gonna
Uh,
be? Are you gonna go and see Eyjafjallajökull, one of the volcanoes?
oh, that'd be fun. Yeah, we have some cool volcanoes here in Oregon. Went off
Oh.
kind of recently, like in the '80s, and that was
That's
devastating.
not so recent, is it?
'80s, like that's when Star Trek: Deep Space Nine. Okay, okay, you're right. Um, hey, it's not my fault. All my references are old. Okay, I grew up
Mm,
on
I'm sorry.
millennial stuff as a
Oh, I'm Gen Z already, so.
oh nice. I'm a zillennial. I think it's like
Mm.
the cross between a millennial, like like the late '90s, early 2000s.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Um, also known as the zillennial, zoomerlennial. Yeah,
Mm.
zoomerlennial. Arthur says there is also the art department in Berlin, bit smaller but same organization. Fascinating.
Ooh.
That's cool. Yeah, there's a lot of cool
Yeah,
conventions.
true.
I went to VO
Hmm.
Atlanta, which is like the voice
Okay.
acting conference, the biggest one in the world. And I
Mm.
was hoping to meet like some of the Critical Role people, like Matt Mercer, maybe he's gonna be there. Samantha Bayard, from BT3, because she was at they were at GDC. Um,
Mm.
and but I met Dave Fenoy, and Dave Fenoy is the voice of Vol'jin from Warcraft, so I'll take it. I like Vol'jin.
Oh, very
Um,
cool.
uh, I met the voice of Porky Pig, Bob Bergen. I met the
Mm.
voice of Yaka from the Animaniacs, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Anyway, cool people, like those people. I should go to more conventions.
Oh, Lightbox Expo is wonderful. I've been
Oh,
3 years ago. It's so cool.
oh, oh man, maybe I can get tickets. I'm going to BlizzCon, um, so I don't know if
Oh,
that's around the same time. I
I
do.
think it was like a week after last time I went. Yeah, it was like a week after. Or maybe that was a week after TwitchCon. No, I
Interesting.
don't know.
Chat, get on this. Get in the comments. When is BlizzCon and when is Lightbox? Because I can't. I need to keep my eyes on the stream. um,
Okay, would it be okay if I take a bathroom break and then we do another one?
yeah, go for it. We can take like a 5 minute break. And then go for another portrait. Yeah, y'all wanna
Okay.
yeah join us in 5 minutes? We
I'm
will
here in a
be right back.
second.
All right. Peace. See you in 5. Alrighty, folks, I have returned. We're going to be having a chair stream from our lovely guest for the time being. But yeah, how's everyone else doing today? What are we
Okay,
working
I'm
on?
here.
Oh, welcome back. Perfect timing.
Is it?
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
I actually just also started the stream back up. Yeah, let's,
Mm. I
what do
thought you were
we...
talking to people in the meantime.
Oh, I was for about the past 5 seconds.
Okay. Blessed. It's a long time. Long chat.
Oh, it's so hard. It's the vocal stamina. I have to do my vocal warm-ups. Oh my goodness. Um, yeah, I mean that is one reason conventions are hard to save up for is because I'm trying to upgrade my kind of setup here. I I mean
Mm.
this microphone is like $50. It sounds okay.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah, it's nice.
yeah, so I need to work on getting that kind of upgraded. But
But you could maybe reach out to the companies as well and be like, hey, we're an art studio and we're doing streams and stuff. I think it would be worth a try.
that is true.
The worst case, they say no.
Yeah. I did get very, rather cheap tickets to Comic Con in my local Comic Con.
Mhm.
Um, and I might
Did you
have
tell them you're from Moon Colony?
I might have mentioned it, and that, they're like,
Oh.
"Oh, we'd love to have you." um, but, I'm not like throwing around my community manager privilege. You don't want to be exerting that.
Oh, I would throw it around.
Throw it around. My authority, of
Mm-hmm.
course.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I'll be there to do some scouting. I could offer jobs to people and talk about the studio.
I also don't think I'm allowed to say that I can offer jobs to people.
I mean, do they have that on camera? No.
Yeah, exactly. This isn't being streamed. You're right. Arthur says,
Mm.
"Don't you know who I am?" Exactly. I become a Karen. I'm the final boss Karen.
Oh,
And
yeah.
don't you know who I am? I'm a famous Twitch streamer.
Honestly, if you were confident enough, I think you could get away with it. Like, you just have to be confident enough, like,
Yeah, act like
pulling
you
that off.
belong. Wear a fake
Mm-hmm.
lanyard or something. I don't know. Do you find that you get invited to events from being a streamer? Like, does that happen to you or
No.
no?
No.
Oh.
I feel like I'm too small of a fish to
Hmm.
get invited anywhere. I do have priority, I think, when I'm applying to TwitchCon because they're taking people who or they're taking into consideration if you're a partner and if you're streaming a lot.
Hmm.
But apart from that, I no.
Oh.
Mm.
Well, you'll get there eventually. I'm sure. You just gotta.
I mean, it's been 10 years though. Well, I don't know.
You'll get there eventually.
Eventually,
some
with
things. Some
time.
things take time. What got you into streaming in the first place?
So I've seen it with like another artist doing it, and I'm a bit of I like to do things, just randomly.
Mm.
So I was like, set up the stream, and then we're gonna stream. Like I'm streaming today, just improvise, no,
Heck yeah.
or impulsive choice. And then I just started streaming, and then people came in and they liked the artwork, and then it just kind of sticked.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think a lot of the best choices happen if like I want to try doing this thing. Let's see if it works. Like no
Yeah,
expectations of is it gonna make me $1 million? Or whatever. You just gotta
yeah.
be
That's
willing
that's
to,
always the best to like just
yeah.
try it.
Especially as an improv person. I like improv. I think preparing too
Oh.
much can often lead to procrastination because perfectionism
Hmm.
many times can cause procrastination. So you got to be careful about like I just need to wait until I'm ready. Like no, do it now. Start now. You know.
Yeah, people do that with setup where they like invest $1,000, into
Yeah.
setup, and I'm like, don't just start. Like maybe you're gonna hate it. Like it's really possible that you're gonna start the stream, you're gonna do this for a week, and then you realize you actually don't like people. So just try it out, and then you invest in something better.
I noticed the same with like a lot of kind of prospective art students or like people who are like just starting to learn how to draw. Is they'll be like,
Hmm.
yeah, I spent like $2,000 on this giant Cintiq, and yeah, I think it's gonna make me
Mm.
really good. It's like, you maybe start with a screenless tablet, like an iPad, or I don't know, man. Cintiq should not
Yeah,
be your
just don't
first.
don't buy this stuff
Yeah,
for sure.
because skill, like your fundamental skill, That matters way more than equipment. Same goes for like,
Or more like the how would you say that, the patience and like keeping up with it,
mm,
rather than investing to something expensive that you might not even end up using because you get bored
yeah, like discipline,
of the art
having
journey.
the
Mm-hmm.
the follow through too. Like know
Yes.
thyself and know if you're the sort of person who's like likes to drop a lot of money on hobbies that they don't actually intend to spend any time on.
Why are you calling me out like
No,
this?
not you specifically, just people like you.
That's fair, because I do have things for leaving baskets in here, and I've made like 2 baskets,
Oh,
and then
hey.
I left it.
I mean, if you
Mm,
finish 2 baskets, I feel like you already gotten quite a
mm.
lot out of it. I mean, I feel like a lot of
True.
people like to diss underwater basket weaving and all that, but you know,
Mm.
it's a good skill to have. You never know when you
It's a
might need
win.
that.
I mean, I don't know how to do it anymore. It was a while ago, but I do like learning new things and spending money on it.
I think it's like,
I'm currently having a lot of stash of yarn in
ooh.
here and like fabrics. Hmm.
So have you always been like a very like arts and crafts kind of centered person, or?
Yes.
Mm,
Or like trying new hobbies and seeing if I can
mm,
kind of proving myself that I can learn this, you know? It's
yeah,
like other people can do it. Okay, I can try it
I
too,
can
and
do it too.
I can get better at this. And yeah, it's just gonna take some time. Like I'm doing a lot of sewing lately. And it's you can see yourself progressing as well. Like I've made several t-shirts and a lot of them were not pretty and not wearable, but like I've sewn this and it works, it fits.
Oh, you
So
wait, you sewed that whole
it's
shirt?
the same thing. Yeah.
What? Oh my
And it
goodness.
fits.
I was like,
Mm-hmm.
what fashion provider do you go to? But honestly, like I think like experimentation, like being able to try new things, like try
Mm-hmm.
new avenues, is one of the best ways to learn art. And like also just learn what you're good at. Because if you
Yeah.
do one thing and that's the only thing you ever try, you're not really like pushing yourself and kind of challenging yourself. I think by kind of having that explorative mindset, I mean, I've kind of been in
Mm-hmm.
that phase too of like trying a million different things. Like I'm performing and coaching improv on stage, and I'm voice
Ooh.
acting, and I'm doing stand up comedy, and I'm doing a rock band where I'm the vocalist. It's like I don't know if
Ooh.
any of these things will ever pay off in any meaningful way, but I feel like
Probably not.
just having the experience of trying it is like enough to, it kind of
Yeah.
gives your life more of like a, novelty. I don't know.
And I think it's also the most important thing is not being afraid to fail, because that's what I notice with a
Mm,
lot of peers when they're like,
yes.
I want to learn how to sew a t-shirt, and like you just have to just go and try it. They're like, but what if I'm gonna ruin the fabric? What if I'm gonna fail? I'm like, you're gonna fail and it's gonna look ugly, but you just have to go through those stages. It's the same with art. I feel like you have to make a lot of ugly looking art to get to the good looking art.
Exactly. It's also like fear of uncertainty, like not knowing whether or not you're going to fail. Like it might be good, it might not be good. You kind of have to
Mm,
be okay with
true.
not knowing. And going through the ugly stages of the painting where you're like, this looks like crap. I don't know if it's going to work out. But I feel like every
Why am I
painting,
being paid for this?
yeah, I'm being paid for this. The client, why would they hire me? I'm nothing. I'm an imposter.
Maybe I should pay them. Uh,
I should pay them to let me draw for them. It's like,
yes.
but then like after a while, you kind of, well, it never goes away, but you begin to be okay with the uncertainty. You're like, maybe it'll succeed, maybe it'll fail. Oh well, let's find out. Let's be curious. And being curious, not judgmental, as Ted Lasso says, is very important. So yeah,
For
be
sure.
okay with failing. And fail, make strong wrong choices. Like fail, like experiment, try weird stuff and see if it works. Because the worst case scenario is it doesn't work and you learn something. And that's kind of,
Mm.
unless you are, doing something like extreme rocket snowboarding where you attach a jetpack to a
Ugh.
snowboard and you go off a mountain. Like that might be a little risky, but if you're just doing a painting, experiment. You're not gonna die. I mean, maybe you will, but it's fine. Anyway, um, yes, we got a second orc portrait, Orcrit. Um,
Mm-hmm.
what's the reference for this one?
So I've chosen this guy that looks very human, but I do like the
Oh,
angle, and I think a
yeah,
lot of those models are very prominent cheekbones, and I think
yeah.
that's a good like reference to start with, and then we're just gonna add some tusks
It's funny because he
and
almost looks a
gloves.
bit elven,
Hmm.
like a bit elvish, kind
Yeah,
of like
right. Yeah.
features, which
Like the high elf.
yeah, like a Quel'Dorei, Sin'dorei. But it's funny because
Mm-hmm.
in like Lord of the Rings, elves are actually cursed orcs. So,
Oh.
I'm sorry, orcs are cursed elves, not the other way around. Although that would be a really cool twist. Is like, oh, whatever. I know.
So
Wait,
yeah, I haven't. I just seen it once, so I took it. Like you said it, I was like, okay, yeah, they are.
do you have any favorite characters from Lord of the Rings? Legolas.
I like the dwarf guy.
Really? Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like everyone says like Aragorn or Legolas. It's like the
I think they're basic. I think the dwarf guy
oh,
is the real deal.
I can see why you're the orc artist. No, I completely agree. I think like the generically like beauty standard, like just the normal. It's like it's boring. Like okay, I've seen 1,000 people who look just like you. You know, but Gimli,
Mhm.
he's got gumption. He's
There's a
a
lot of Legolas people in Portland then.
I mean,
Mm.
honestly, I will say Portland is like compared to like LA or New York, which are full of extremely attractive people. Well, okay, I shouldn't say that. Portland is a lot more. Portland's a lot more. I feel like we're more. Okay, hold on. Let me finish.
You're already canceled. It's okay.
I've been. Portland's like more down to earth. Like I think it's less superficial in that people tend to, like, for instance, in New York, like everyone's wearing like a suit. There's like restaurants that won't let you in unless you're like wearing like
Hmm.
fancy clothing. In Portland, you can go to the fanciest restaurant here in like hiking boots and like a flannel sweater, and they'll be like, "Welcome in." It's like that's normal. I feel like our standards of like how you need to present yourself, how you need to dress, we're very kind of like a hippie, just like we're just come as you
Mm.
are. Um,
So far, I'm getting village vibes from what we've been saying, but
Basically a village that's just kind of also a city. But it's funny too
mm.
because you think of like the billboards, and I was in San Francisco recently at GDC, and like
Mhm.
it's full of like AI for your business. Stop hiring humans. Come use our robots to take over the world
Mhm.
and destroy everything. That's like the kind of advertising this they have there. In Portland, I'm like driving. I look at a billboard. Hey man, remember, don't drive while you're smoking weed. So they know their demographic. It's like they know their audience very well. And in any kind of media, advertising, art, you got to know your audience. And I think Warcraft does it very well. Not to connect that to that, but the views of the community manager do not reflect in the views of any of our clients. Um, um, what was I saying? But yeah, like knowing your audience, and I think companies have become more cognizant that like audiences don't just want the same thing over and over again. Some companies have. And I really appreciate diversity in like a fantasy setting or a sci-fi setting. I think that's why Mass Effect and stuff like that is so popular because you can you can have people like Garrus or Tali Zora or Thane or the Elcor or the other ones, the Krogans.
Just
Yeah,
the only thing I understand is end, and then I'm lost.
yeah.
I'm
Uh,
clueless.
um, like it's a lot of weird looking aliens, but there's something for
Mm.
everyone. Like every single character is appealing to somebody, and that is cool. You know, um, yeah, something for
It's
everybody.
similar to like I'm working on a book project right now, which is going to be a TTRPG, and they're making I think it's going to be a book, and they're doing like they want me to do different character arts for it,
Hmm.
and they're kind of going with the description like there's a guy with half of the face burned, but he's kind of sexy, you know, and then there
Ooh.
is this character, and they're supposed to be like visually interesting, but not in the ordinary way. Like
Yeah.
maybe that's I was drawing one character that was a dwarf, but he was still supposed to be appealing, like kind of like you want to know more about the character and who they are. So and I think that's pretty challenging, but I think it's gonna be really cool once it's all finished and
That's
done.
awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I love that. I remember in Discworld by Terry Pratchett. This is before your time,
Mm.
also before my time. But I like old stuff. Is that like the lady dwarves also had beards and they looked identical to the male dwarves? But it was also really cool because like later on in the series they would like style the beards like little bows and like have them in braids and
Oh.
like have these like cool designs. Um, and that's awesome. I love that. Uh, I think more fantasy settings should have the courage to like have like less dimorphism there and just go for, you
Hmm.
know, just go for it.
Try something new.
Yeah, experiment. Do some basket weaving, preferably.
It was fun.
Yeah, exactly. Because even if it's not for everybody, it's gonna be someone's favorite thing in the whole world, and
True, true.
those niche audiences that you appeal to, they're gonna be loyal because they can't get it anywhere else. So for y'all
Hmm.
working on world building
Oh,
projects.
I have that on a convention where like if I do orc print, nobody really buys that. Like
Hmm.
I'm just gonna be honest, like it's mostly the fan art that people buy, but
Hmm.
like orc prints not so much. But then there's this one person, that one person on the convention that runs to your table, and they were like, "Oh my god, orcs, orcs!" And then they started buying all the stickers and all the prints I have, and I'm like, "Okay, thank you."
Hell yeah.
You know, so there's this one person that you're doing this all for.
The one person, and they will appreciate
Hmm.
you more than any of the people buying the pretty elves.
Yes.
What kind of stuff do you find does like sell the basic conventions?
Um, like it's usually fan art.
Hmm.
That one sells the most, but
Makes sense.
apart from that, cute stuff. So
Hmm.
I'm not gonna say it's not characters. Like if you sell cute things, there's people that sell, I don't know, like cute capybaras, and I'm not
Hmm.
gonna lie, I buy that too. If I'm
Hmm.
buying something, then I'm buying something cute. But like I've made a keychain. There was a TFT convention in Paris that I've been invited to by Riot, and I've
Hmm.
made a keychain with like there's Poro on it, which is a creature from League, and then when you turn it around, there's a little ass, and that thing I sold it out the first day. You know, the serious
Wow.
arts like this splash art style stuff, no, but that keychain with the little butt on it, gone.
Interesting. That's good to know, actually. Yeah. Also, a bit like
Is Moon
plushies.
Colony gonna do keychains with little butts on it? Is that for
Hey,
next year?
hey, I'm just doing a bit of market
Sold.
research. You know what I mean? It's um, but not speaking for my employer, but speaking for myself. I've considered doing conventions. I tried
Mm,
doing prints at one point, and that went okay.
okay.
People bought some prints. Um, you're always looking for like the passive kind of your art's working for you, not just doing like commissions and contract work. Um, but it's hard to know what people want to see. You know what I mean? Like
That's also fair.
it takes some time to figure out like what do audiences actually want, and do you want to appeal
Can
to them?
I can I stop my share screen for a second because my Photoshop lagged, so I have to reset it, and I
Oh yeah,
got some
yeah, go
secret
for it.
stuff.
Oh,
Okay,
let
okay,
me yeah, hide and
okay.
screen.
Hold on, just a second. It sometimes does that, and I haven't figured out what it is. Like I'll let you have it back up in a second. It's
Hmm.
more like my mouse or my pen cursor turns into a mouse, and then I can't click on anything.
Oh dang. What kind of
And I don't know what it is.
tablet do you have?
Vacuum Cintiq.
Wacom
There we
Cintiq.
go.
All right.
We are dun 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 dun. It's back.
It's
Thanks.
back. Show on screen. There we go. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't know. I use XP pens,
I'm not
so
good with technical stuff, so
hey, that's
I
why
don't know
we
why
work
that
in this
happens.
industry up top. Um, yeah, technical issues happen. Honestly, we've had so few technical issues this stream. I feel blessed that it's gone this way. Um,
Is there usually more technical issues?
oh my goodness. So,
Okay. No, I hate the topic.
all right. So every single time we're doing a stream, my audio
Mhm.
sounds fine, but the guest's audio, every single time in the chat, I get someone
Oh.
being like, "Hey, the guest audio is a little bit quiet. I don't know why, but it's a bit quiet." And I'm like, it's the max volume. There's nothing I can do. I'm trying here, man. Um, but I think I fixed it actually. So
That's a fair point.
hopefully that should never happen again. And if it does, then
Mm.
I'll be very sad. Um, but yeah, but no, it gets better over time. I mean, you've been streaming for 10 years. How have you had like live issues that occur?
Oh, so many times. The worst ones are IRL streams though. Like
Mm,
I've done a couple of IRL streams from when we were traveling or from Lightbox Expo because I wanted
mm.
to share it with the people and be like, hey, this is a really cool art convention. Let's go through the artist study. I was kind of interviewing artists, so they were talking on my stream.
Well, that's cool.
But the microphone setting, the data, like first off, you have to buy some data pack where like
Mm.
you can stream with that kind of data, and then like the sound from the surroundings when you're trying to
Oh, I bet.
record or live stream
Mm.
the winds. And I do have a great microphone, and I've also bought a gimbal, which is like this thing that you have it
Mm-hmm.
on the phone on, which recently stopped working to be fair. But there's always something going wrong
Always
with it.
something. And like you think you fixed every single
Hmm.
issue, and there's always one more just waiting for you.
Hmm. That's true. Or it works before you're about to do it, like before you're about to do the stream. Everything works. The moment that you turn it on, I can't hear you. Where is the camera? Things stop working.
I'm getting I'm getting some flashbacks here. Yeah, that's the way it goes. Uh, do you also experience because I know some other folks have mentioned this, but the kind of like performance anxiety of like I'm about to stream, you know, or does it just kind of come naturally to you?
Mm, Now it's okay. Like now I don't mind, but I used to have a pretty tough time with streaming back then when it was kind of in the part of art where people in the chat can see the mistakes a lot. Like when you're
Mm,
learning anatomy and they can see that things are off. Like
mm.
obviously right now when I'm drawing, there's things that are off. But before it was so visible on a stream and I was doing traditional art. So I would always have somebody come into the chat and be like, isn't the character's head a bit too small? And then you're sitting on the stream and you already have the traditional art, like the inks, right? And you're just staring at it and you're like, damn, they're right. It is, but now I can't redo it. So I would always
Oh,
feel so bad after this stream. Like I had streams where or before, like I just I feel like I said that on my stream a lot, but I just had to turn off the stream and then I went and I cried because I thought it was
oh,
like horrible. I thought
mm.
nobody liked the art, and yeah, it was pretty tough sometimes. But now I don't know if I've grown out of it or gotten more confident in art, but it has kind of disappeared.
It could also be like exposure therapy, like the more you kind of do something scary,
Oh,
the more you begin to like acclimatize to it, and then eventually, even if it's still kind of a scary thing, you've become used to the feeling. Um, and if nothing else, humans are very good
maybe.
at getting used to things.
That's a fair point. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, traditional streams that's very bold actually. Like no
Hmm.
control Z, no like removing the layer if it's done, just
Yeah, that's how I actually started. So I haven't been a digital artist before. I just started with traditional
oh
art streaming,
wow.
and I was working with my pencils, and I had people tune in, and then it was I don't know, maybe like 3, 4 years in that I switched to digital art completely.
Interesting. So about like 5 years ago then.
I think.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
No,
That's cool.
more.
Hmm. I've got a long-haired orc. That's neat.
Hmm.
Got like the Severus Snape kind of vibe.
That's the guy from Harry Potter.
Yes. Oh, you got it. Hey, you
Mm.
can get references. Yeah.
Woohoo!
Ironically, Harry Potter is probably the one I know nothing about. But I just
Really?
I just know Alan Rickman is Snape, and he's great. I've been compared to him on one or two occasions. I'm not sure why. Uh, or maybe like Scar from The Lion King. Yeah, Jeremy Irons.
I've seen that. I actually, oh my god, you know what we did on the stream? I've
Mm.
set up a sub goal, so people paid me, so I'm gonna watch those movies. And there was Lion King and there was Lord of the Rings as well. So they gave me subs so I would go and watch those
You got
movies.
paid to watch movies. Oh man, what a hard profession. What a difficult profession.
Yeah, right. But it's like it seems if you like the movies then it seems easy, right? But for me it's I'm like, can I be knitting? Can I be crocheting while I'm watching it? Can I be doing something?
Honestly, I find it hard to sit through things if I can't doodle. Like
Mm.
I wasn't a college guy. Academics did not come naturally to me. But like whenever I'm in a class, because I'm going to voice acting classes now for some reason,
Hmm.
I'm always like, I look like I'm taking notes very studiously. I'm a good student, but I'm actually just doodling orcs.
Yeah.
And that's
No,
my
that
sick.
was me. Like the last 2 years of high school, like I just went there to draw. To be fair, didn't tell my parents, but that's what I did, and I wasn't doing anything. There was some classes where I really couldn't
Mm,
because the teachers they knew that I was drawing and I was
mm.
not paying attention. I had one. It was a chemistry teacher, and I was working on a commission in the class, and she came up to me and she's like, I'm like, oh. And then she goes, "Oh, this is really pretty. Would you like to do your living with it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I would like that very much." And then she goes, "Okay, but not in my class." And
Oh, well, okay.
eh,
See, the trick is you get a little notebook, you have like a page of fake notes, and then you have a page of your drawings. And whenever they're nearby, you switch to the fake
oh,
notes. You're like, I'm just such a good student, teacher. So, for
mm-hmm.
all the kids in the chat, there you go.
Give them ideas. I used
Exactly.
to do the more problem for me was I wanted to do post studies, and you do post studies
Mm,
out of naked people. So I didn't want
yeah.
the teacher to see that I'm looking at a naked woman on the phone, right? But it was for art, so
What are you looking at?
they haven't noticed. My classmate did notice though, and he looked at me the other like in after the class, and then he goes, "Petra, why are you always drawing porn?" And I'm like, "It's not porn. It's art study."
It's studies. Come on. They're figure
Yes.
drawings. That's hilarious. Yeah, I think
Hmm.
you also just get desensitized to it too. It's like at first it's like, oh,
Yeah.
you can't be doing this. It's just studying art.
I'm not a naked person.
Yeah, nothing.
So for sure.
Um, yeah, but yeah, I think honestly, life drawing is so important, and most people just don't have time for it, or they feel they don't have time
Mm.
for it. Like even just like you're like on a park bench and you're studying people who kind of go by, or there's some crows on the ground and you want to draw a crow. Um, no bias, of course.
I want to draw more of that.
Yeah.
There's this like wonderful life painting or not life yeah life drawing classes in Prague where you have a
Mm,
model and then right now they started doing costumes as well. So last time they had latex and like the model had an entire mask. It was really cool to
oh my
draw
goodness.
because there was a lot of reflections.
Mm.
But it's so far away from me. Like I have
Oh,
to. I'm gonna. I know that you're from the U.S., but I'm gonna say that I have to go 40 minutes to get there.
come on. Come on. Oh, 40 minutes. Ooh la
Public
la.
transport, 40 minutes.
What a horrible trek odyssey that must be. To go 40 minutes to a place. I had to go 2 hours to find a grocery store. That's not true. Um, but yeah, I don't live in
And
LA
it's
mercifully.
also by public transport,
Oh,
so
that's fair. But you can draw while you're on the transport though. Working some figure
true.
drawing and get weird looks from people. I mean, probably must be wonderful for like architectural studies, like all the Gothic cathedrals and like the kind of
I mean, if you like to draw architecture, if you don't, then
that's
it's
true.
pretty to sit in the cafes and look at it.
I'm a big like Dark Souls fan. I like Elden Ring and all like the kind of the
Um,
Gothic spires and Bloodborne. So I feel like if I went to Prague, I'd just be like, oh my god, these buildings are amazing.
Yeah, but then you realize, like, if you, because I feel like the ones you've imagined right now are
Mm.
the ones that are on the Prague Royal Road, so it's the most touristy
Oh, sure,
area. So
yeah.
you're there like a shrimp between all the other tourists, right? And there's
Mm.
no place to. There's some places where you can go and draw,
Mm.
and we have also a lot of wonderful museums that I enjoy very much. So you could always go there and do some art.
Yeah, I think I have some family in Budapest, so
Oh,
yeah,
it's still pretty far away, not
yeah.
too bad. But
Um, but I also think we take things for granted if they're like always around us. You know, it's like I'm
yes.
surrounded by like gorgeous Gravity Falls esque pine trees all over the place.
Mm.
And the Oregon coast is like one of the most gorgeous places on earth. And I'm like, yeah, but it's like an hour away. It's like an hour and a half drive. That's like too far. And like I could go to the beach, but like, oh, I got so much work to
Oh,
do.
the beach.
Oh, the beach. Well, it's funny because like the Oregon beach is like a very stormy, rocky, like rainy beach. So it's not
Mm.
really, sunny California where you're just kind of chilling. Um, I remember as a kid, like the winds would whip the sand into you, and it would feel like little like razor blades.
Ugh, okay.
So yeah, Oregon coast, very picturesque, good hiking, but um,
But don't you have like, I don't know, mountain lions
with what, sir? Mountain lions. Yeah, I mean, like they eat dogs sometimes, but you gotta just watch out for them.
and bears?
Yeah, and bears. Yeah.
How do you go out when you know there's bears?
Well, I mean, that's mostly like California. We don't have too many bears like in the Oregon area.
Too many still bears?
There's too many still
Not too many
bears.
still.
Yeah, what can you do? Honestly, the main thing we have to look out for is coyotes. Because what coyotes will do
Oh.
is they'll like hunt in packs, and they'll try to like
Mm-hmm.
um, lure like a dog into their like circle, and then the coyotes just go and swarm. It's not good. Um, but
Okay.
but yeah, stray cats not a good place to live, North America, because of the coyotes. Anyway, but it's pretty. It's pretty. So what can you do? What's
Because in here, like, I'm too pampered. There's nothing that technically we have wild boars,
mm,
but the chance of you meeting one very low.
mm.
So there's nothing in here except for other humans that could kill
Yeah,
you. So
I've heard like
pretty
the
chill.
the European wilderness is a lot less kind of like untamed and wild than like North America, cause it's so big. Like everything's so spread out here that
Hmm.
like we still have like a lot of very wild places, and like we're you know human involvement is kind of minimal. So like national
Mm.
parks, especially if you go there, like there's no Wi-Fi.
Oh my God, I remember we've gone to the Joshua Tree National Park. That's in
Mm.
like around LA. And for me, we're like, okay, we're gonna go to national park. So we park here and then we're gonna walk through it. But I haven't realized you're going with the car through the national park. I'm like, how we're not stopping here and then like walking through the park and then going back
It's
in,
big.
one day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And everything in California is so like the distance is so far. Like California is like the size of Japan, thereabouts. So you know, which is funny because a lot of people in Oregon are used to walkability because Portland is kind of European in that sense. Like you can walk and take public
Mhm.
transit and all that. But like you go from Portland to Los Angeles, and you mention, yeah, I'm gonna walk, from like Santa Monica to this, and they're like they look at you like you're
Oh.
insane. Like
Yeah.
walking? What is that with your legs?
Yeah, we've done that, and like we were just walking. So it was close. So we were walking from Santa Monica to Venice Beach, I think, and
Mm.
it was. And I'm like, I'm not gonna put on sunscreen. We're this close,
Oh,
and it was so red. So it was like a lobster.
I keep having so
Mm-hmm.
like Portland's very overcast too. Like it's always rainy, it's always cloudy. So I keep
Mm-hmm.
forgetting whenever I'm in like the South or California that like you do have to wear sunscreen because I'm like, oh yes, we don't have the sun protected by clouds or our pearly white vampire skin. Uh, you know.
Mm.
And my father was a ginger, so I get burnt.
Oh, then you turn entirely red. Makes
Exactly.
sense.
But yeah. Anyway, this guy's looking pretty cool. We got the nice, cool fur shoulder
I mean, all
things.
of them have
You
fur.
gotta have the fur. Um,
They're gonna have the fur.
I
Maybe
saw.
it could be a vest this time.
Ooh, heck yeah! I think more men should wear vests. That's what I believe.
Mm. Yes, like the tailored ones, like
Oh,
the
like
pretty
the nice
vests, you
like
mean?
hinged in the waist. Yeah, they're so good. Um,
Mm.
I don't know why this guy looks like a surfer dude, kind of. Like I feel like he's gonna teach me
Oh,
how to like catch some rad waves.
maybe
He,
he is.
he's like, hey, I might be an orc, but I'm from, I'm from Venice Beach, and yeah, we're just kind of chill here. We just like to party, do mushrooms.
I think maybe he should be from Australia, no? That's where a
Oh,
lot
an
of
Australian orc,
surfers are
mate.
from.
Yeah, yeah, of course. From down under. Yeah, that'd be fun. I feel like more fantasy characters should have Australian accents. And I was hoping, um, in Warcraft when they did the Nerubians because they're the spider people. It's like you gotta make them
Hmm.
Australian. You have to. But
Oh yeah, there's. I'm not sure if you watched the Dragon Prince, but there's a character that has an Australian accent, and it's lovely.
well, that's cool. Hell yeah. I once ran a D&D session where every single character had an Aussie accent, and that was very fun because you also have to like differentiate. Like you have Steve Irwin, mate. It's kind of like a bit hushed, and there's like the
Mhm.
Struth, fat income kind of party guy, and there's sort of like the clipped kind of sound that's more like a bit reserved, almost like New Zealander. Um, yeah, and there was like Kobold, Prime Ministress who wanted to burn everything. Anyway,
Mm.
that was a fun time.
Oh, that sounds fun. Like
Yeah.
for me, as I'm not a native, it's really hard to do any kind of accent.
Mm.
So you're one step ahead.
And what's your native language?
Czech.
Oh, Czech. Cool. I don't know if I've actually ever
But
heard
if
Czech.
you come to Czech Republic, everybody talks like this. We have
Ah, I
the
see.
strong R's, and
The
yes.
R's, yes. R.
Mhm.
Ah, I used to not be able to roll my R's, even though I'm also Latino. So I had to learn over time.
Oh.
Arr, yeah. Uh, yeah, about 18 minutes left on this. Yeah. Speed
Panic.
run. You can do it. Just like wildly close your eyes. Just go crazy.
But I do like that on my own streams because sometimes I'm drawing and then I'm like, man, I'm not making that much effort and that much work, right? And then
Mm,
somebody comes in chat and they mention, Tofu, you've drawn this today? What the hell? But you've been like talking the whole time.
mm. Yeah, yeah. I know a lot of art streamers who are kind of like they do it very infrequently. So whenever they're streaming, they get distracted super easily, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I made like two
Yeah.
brushstrokes in the past 2 hours."
I have my friends like that. They mentioned, oh, I wanted to work on this commission, but then we kind of got into a good topic with chat, and then it just happened to be just chatting stream, and I've
Mm,
never done that. I feel like maybe I ignore the chat too much sometimes.
mm. Yeah. Also, like just good multitasking. It's a very important skill to have.
That's fair.
By the way, if y'all have any questions for Tofusenshi, feel free to ask him. We're about 15 minutes from ending up out here, so if you got any burning arts queries to inquire about, please do elucidate us. Uh, got a cool kind of shading thing here going on, a bit of nice hard shadows.
I love everything sharp.
Mm, sharp, sharp, sharp. I,
Sharp. Like even in real life I can admire the shapes. Like
mm,
my boyfriend, he's got this very sharp nose. I
mm.
can't stop staring at it. It's like
Yeah, the nice like, yeah, just go straight. Yeah, love that.
mm.
Yeah, I love
Hmm?
like even I think with soft characters, like this is what Arcane does, is like all like the hard
Mhm.
edges, like it just works so well. And like
Yeah.
the plane shifts too of the like little painted bits, like just no blending, just contrast.
Yes, it's so good.
That's yeah, I love
It's
it.
very pleasing to look at.
Yeah. What's also like the theory of character design is like circle characters, square characters, triangle characters. And
Yes.
triangle characters like, also the Booba versus Kiki, which is like the Boba is like blobby, Kiki is all triangle knives.
Mm.
I don't know.
But sometimes you gotta switch to different shapes. Like sometimes I have to draw characters that are very round,
Mm,
and it's almost a bit more boring.
mm. Do you find like drawing chibi characters too? Does that kind of prove a challenge?
I'm I'm drawing chibi characters right now. my not in my free time, but as commissions, because we're having like a tournament in League of Legends going on in here, and
Oh
I'm
wow.
commissioned to draw portraits of like the streamers.
Mm.
But it's guys, and they're choosing a female champion from League of Legends, so
Mm.
it some of them are looking a little bit cursed, but
So do you have to like merge the features of
yeah,
the
yeah,
streamer with the character? Interesting. What's your approach
yeah.
there?
So last year we were doing like regular, some kind of like semi-realistic. So I just take a photo of theirs, I have it as a reference, and then honestly, I just drew the same angle,
Mm.
and then I've added like a pose that was more fitting for the character,
Mm.
rather than like the streamer itself. I think I have it in my art station over here.
Yeah, sure.
If it ever loads. So that was fun, but this year we're doing chibi, so I think that's a bit more because they're so stylized. I feel like you have more freedom in how it's
Mm.
gonna look.
Yeah.
Man, what's up with art
Oh,
station?
there
There
we
we
go.
go.
Oh, you got your Orco C. Nice. Very cool.
Mm.
Oh wow.
So we had to. So this one was not a character. The first one, the internet in Prague. I swear we have internet in here. It's just.
I feel it.
Oh.
I've got a buddy from the Philippines, and for some reason, his internet is faster than mine by like a lot. So it's like, okay, y'all are doing something right.
Man.
Oh, is
Okay,
this
never mind.
visible for a sec? Yeah, we'll just imagine. Well, hey, if you want to
Well, there's.
check out this after the stream, check out Petra's art station, artstation.com.
Oi!
Oh, that's neat.
So it was like their portraits, but merged them with the different characters. But they're more like the pose was tailored to the character, and then it just had
Mm,
the streamer's face.
that's I love the apron one. That was really cool.
Oh yeah, that one was actually not a. So they were supposed to choose lead characters, but the first one was like, I just want you to draw me really muscular and strong, and I'm like, okay.
It makes me think of like the League music videos where they have like all the different like esports players,
Yeah.
and I think they drew out like recently in the arcane style too. So it's like they're all like esports arcane guys,
Oh
and
yeah.
oh, that was really cool.
Yeah, those are very cool.
Mm. Awesome, nice shading. About 10 minutes left.
Ooh.
No rush. You can always finish it off stream and then put it in the Discord channel.
I'll never,
Never.
never. I'll never do that.
Oh,
I'm too
oh,
lazy.
all right. The
It
dedication
didn't happen on a stream.
doesn't exist.
Dedication? I mean, it depends what it is.
Mm.
If it's just like a quick portrait, then I think I would. It would have to be something really good that I'll come back to, but usually I think I would just leave it.
Makes sense, yeah.
Depends.
It's do you mainly stream do you ever stream your book commissions or are those like NDA or
Yeah, I'm doing those honestly, like most of the time right now. So we're doing on Tuesday streams at the moment. Like I always take the new character and then we sort of draw it together on a stream. So like I don't even read the description of the character. We just figure it out together. But yeah, there's some stuff that's NDA. Like I was working on a book that was also we have our own version of Kickstarter and they
Mm.
raised like I think it was $1 million, like a lot as well,
Wow.
considering it's just for this country.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to do work for it, and I'm like, can I do this on a stream? Because it's gonna be so much faster. And they were like, okay, but you can't tell people what it is. So I was just doing some artworks, like nobody
Mm.
knew for what it was. And then they released it. But I still had to do because they're book illustrations, so there's some spoilers to the scenes, so I had to do some of them outside of the stream.
That's funny. I feel like I've met some people who are kind of coy about the fact they do like commissions, full time perhaps, where they'll be like, I'm
Hmm.
just doing some fan art from like, my favorite video games like Guild Wars or Final Fantasy. I'm just doing fan art, don't worry about it. But actually, someone paid me to make this.
Mm. Yeah,
Um,
that's fair.
yeah.
What I love about it is I got a chance to like design the characters. Like obviously they're like this is the sort of an armor that they're gonna have. There's no helmets and whatnot. But I had a chance to design them, like give them their look. And there is somebody that wants to cosplay the characters, and I'm just astounded that somebody wants to go and cosplay my design.
Oh, that's always a
Flattered.
great feeling. Like, I know the person who did like the Death Knight project for Warcraft, adapting like
Mm-hmm.
a bunch of different characters into like Death Knight versions, and then they all went to BlizzCon. So
Oh.
there's like 60 people, all based on the concept art that he did, and that was like, oh my goodness,
Wow.
yeah, that was. I mean, that's got to be a great feeling, right?
Oh, for sure. Like I haven't seen the actual cosplayer because they're still working on it, but even seeing people do it's a book that they haven't read yet because it was imprinted. There was just the Kickstarter campaign for it
Hmm.
so far. And just seeing people do so much fan art, like they don't even know the characters, but they're doing the fan art because they like the designs, and I'm so flattered.
That's a goal of mine. Is I need someone to make fan art of me someday or my designs. So chat, get on that.
Oh, like is that a sign? Should I make one? Why am I
Yeah,
drawing
sure, why
orcs?
not?
Next time you just pose on the camera the
Next,
whole time, like
yeah, I'm just like, hmm.
with a skull in your hand or something, so it's more
Oh yeah,
fancy.
like a Shakespearean sort of vibe. Yeah, I need to get like my
Mm-hmm.
Renaissance costume too. I go to Renaissance fairs a lot.
Oh,
Um,
so you
uh,
have a Renaissance costume.
oh yeah, my most recent one I just cosplayed as like Astarion from Baldur's Gate 3. Um,
Oh,
that
cool.
that was fun. Yes, darling, of
But
course,
deep,
Astarion.
honestly, like Astarion cosplayers, like in if you've seen it, I go to artist studies, and there
Mm,
was this artist study I've been to, and the majority of the sellers there are women. And there was an Astarion cosplay. It was a man, and he walked through the artist study, and he had tighter pants because I'm not sure if the character's got tight pants.
he
But if
does.
you've
He
seen the entire
does.
artist study, like they just turned, they were like, that cake. It was. I don't think I've ever seen that, but everybody was so wild.
I will say, when
Poor
I
guy
went
just. I was like, his makeup is so nice, but everybody didn't care about the makeup.
when I
Oh.
went to that Renaissance fair dressed as Astarion,
Uh
I've
huh.
never been catcalled so many times.
Oh my
But
god, what is it with that character?
it also kind of feels like being a celebrity though, because like everyone's like, "Oh my god, Astarion, can I get a picture? Astarion, hey, come here." So
Mm. Mm, mm.
that was my taste of fame. Um, I don't know if I
How did
want to.
it feel?
I don't think I want to be famous. After that,
Oh.
but you know what? It's cool. You can just turn it on once per year and get the experience. I guess I don't know,
Oh
man.
my god. So maybe it's the maybe it's the character.
Yeah, it's like Garrus too. Like I think it's because in the
Mm.
RPG, if a character is romanceable, they get like a parasocial thing of like, oh yeah, I, I, I've already been with you. That means that that real person cosplaying as that character is also in a way my husbando. I don't know.
Oh.
Who knows, man? Who no cosplayers? All the respect towards them. I had a very low effort cosplay, to be honest. I did,
And still you got catcalled.
and still, yeah, I didn't even have makeup. I just got sunburnt. I looked like, after the game where he's like, he's not immune to the sun anymore, and it's like he gets all burnt up. Oh dear, oh dear, dear, dear. This is looking cool. I'm liking the kind of like low contrast lines. That looks very nice.
Yeah, but maybe they should be more contrasted.
Yeah. The one advice I keep hearing from like the League splash art people is like the highest point of contrast is always like right in the eyes, like the dark eyelashes and the white highlight. Um,
Yeah.
and then everything else is optional.
Okay, I'll add that.
Yeah, some nice skyliner.
Mm-hmm.
Orc mascara. For the true
How
horde, you need to look very pretty.
how much would it be?
Why not a lot? Give him a lot. Some nice wings.
Mm.
That's looking nice.
Mm.
Pretty boy, supermodel orc.
Super. Do you think he's supermodel orc?
Surfer bro, maybe.
Super. Is it because of the necklace? I wonder.
Maybe, I don't know, like maybe the long hair and the necklace and like the kind of like
Oh.
scruffy beard, the exposed pecs. Uh,
Hmm.
Almost like an open vest too. I feel like I've seen a lot of surfers kind of do that.
Yeah, there's no surfers in Czech Republic,
Oh,
so
really? Yeah.
can't relate to that. I mean, there's no sea.
Oh, right. Yeah. That would be, it would
Yeah.
make it tough. Surfing like the canals. Oh,
Mm, maybe some lake.
yeah.
Maybe that would
I think
work.
waves tend to be an important part of surfing, but I'm sure you can manage it. You just
Mm.
paddle around. Um, I tried a paddleboard and a kayak for the first time at one point.
Oh my
I'm
god,
like,
scary.
it's yeah, it is scary because like I'm not a good swimmer. So if I get in the water, that's it for me.
Oh,
I'm done.
but aren't you afraid of like what's below you? You know, of the monsters
Oh
in
yeah,
the
the sea
water.
monsters. I mean, like the sea monsters, they're fine.
Mm-hmm.
They're friendly. Uh,
Like a shark or something.
I
No.
don't know that we get sharks in. Well, actually, I can't say that for sure. I know in if you go to Seattle, they have like orcas and killer
Mm-hmm.
whales, and like dolphins in the bay. Um,
Mm.
Alaska's pretty cool too, because in Alaska you can go whale watching. Um,
Mm.
yeah. But anyway, we're kind of wrapping up around here. Any
Okay.
final thoughts for this orc or this stream or closing statements to prevaricate to the audience?
Mm. Well, I hope it was fun
Yeah.
because I didn't have my own stream, so this is what my chat gets. It's the only thing they get, and maybe we could do this in the future
Heck yeah, we'll have
once
to
again.
schedule another time. Yeah. I hope you all had a great time. I certainly did. This has been an awesome stream. Um,
Yes.
and yeah, thank you everyone for joining us. If people want to be following you as well, Tofusenshi, where can they find you?
Mm. Oh, I think Instagram is the best place because that's where I post the most.
Hmm.
Let me link it in the chat.
Yeah,
Can I link it? Do I
yeah,
get
go for it.
banned?
Uh,
Okay.
I won't look.
Link.
I won't tell if you don't. Um, yeah, feel free to follow Tofusenshi and follow Moon Colony as well for future streams. We are, I believe, at Moon Colony underscore LTD on every platform.
Did you forget your own Instagram?
I did. I
Damn.
mean, it's not mine Instagram. It's the company Instagram.
That,
My
that's fair.
Instagram is Miffed Mist. Go follow me.
Mhm.
um, yeah. Thank you for joining us, everybody. This has been awesome. We hope you learned about like stylizing orcs and how to do studies. And the thing about studies when you're drawing, you can make it fun. Like it doesn't have to be a boring, you know, there's only one way to do a study, and if you're not doing it right, then you're not doing it at all. No, do some fun fantasy characters. Use your OCs. Like do something to make it engaging to you, because that's
I th-
ultimately
yeah, because I also think that's sorry to interrupt you.
go for
That's
it.
also like the easiest way to get your OC out if you just take a
Mm,
photo of a Pinterest model and then just redraw it into your OC. So you're kind of making a study, but you're making something fun at the same time.
exactly. It doesn't have to be work. Doesn't have to be hard. If you're having fun, then you're doing it right. And yeah, I hope you learned a lot from this stream, and we will see you next time.